Yo, top Billin to ya. You know you done fucked up, right? Right? Wasn't that the famous words of what was that? Menace to Society?
And yeah,
No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you?
Come on, man. The New York Giants are a menace to society, and the society being the NFL right now, because these guys are putting together a grade A roster. And to me, they were already one of these teams that were on the upswing. I mean, tremendously last year. We can see from that defensive transformation. I mean, some of the guys on the team, you talking about high-end talent like a James Bradbury, in addition of a Blake Martinez, a tackling machine there. Man, the big cat, Leo Williams. Leo Williams has to be one of the top, he may be one of the top 3 interior defensive linemen in the NFL. And he should be, man, where the man was drafted from them New York Jets, but finally living up to that billing, albeit in a contract year, so we shall see how that plays out moving forward. But I think this guy just hit his stride, and he fits Patrick Graham's defense to a T. I mean, this dude can get after the passer. Double-digit sack guys on the interior are money no matter how you slice it. Getting your pressure off the edge, it helps that out. But, man, you make quarterbacks have to flush out the pocket instead of stepping up in the pocket, and he's money against the run. His effort is nasty. Like, come on. These guys have high-end talent. But the signing of Kenny damn Golladay, oh, my God. The NFL done messed up. Somebody else should have signed this dude, because that's exactly what my boy Lieutenant Daniel Jones needed. Lieutenant Dan, as we know, he has legs. The guy can put pressure on you with his legs. He throws a hell of a deep ball. A lot of people, I remember coming out when people were coming out in the draft, just because they don't know about somebody, they will assume something of them based off of 1 or 2 games or whatever. They try to go back and watch and pretend like they've watched this guy. I had been watching this guy in the ACC covering Clemson, and I could tell you the guy was incredible. I used to love watching Daniel Jones. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL. His talent level is tremendous. He just has to put it all together. We saw glimpses of that in his first year. It has the limit to turnovers and everything, but you know how you limit turnovers and how you put it all together? That's what surrounding yourself with high-end talent that can do what the scheme calls for. You're talking about pressing the ball vertically to guys like Golden Tate, or even trying to throw it deep to a guy like Sterling Shepard. That's not really these guys' role at this particular point in time in their careers. Not Sterling Shepard's role, period. You want him on the inside using that quickness and that route running ability to shake loose defenders and everything. But going downfield with Golden Tate, albeit he was an incredible guy going down the field early in his career. But come on, he's 5'10". You need guys who are 6'3" and taller, and that's what Kenny Golladay offers. He's one of the best downfield vertical threats in the NFL. And don't let anybody come here and say dumb shit like, well, he's not a burner. How, Sway? The man is every bit a burner. Don't look at 40 times. Look at results. This man gets behind defenders like you wouldn't believe. He can adjust to the ball in the air. Dexterity, body control, hands, everything you can think of the sort. He puts pressure on defenders. He can take the top off of a defense, for lack of a better cliche. And they already have a guy who's one of the best deep threats in the league in Darius Slayton. Show me somebody who can consistently run with Darius Slayton down the field. That's what I said in my Giants content before. I said they needed a guy, and we were talking about guys in the draft. So this opens up the draft, because I was thinking like, man, they got to get a guy that knocks everyone down a peg. You can't be a great team and have Darius Slayton as your number 1 receiver. That shit don't make no type of sense, right? You need a guy like Darius Slayton to be either your high-end number 2 or even a number 3 receiver if you're on a potentially great team. On the Kansas City Chiefs, what is a guy like Darius Slayton? They have a guy like Sammy Watkins, who was the 4th pick in the draft, one of the greatest college receivers ever. He's the 3rd or 4th option. A guy like Demarcus Robinson, he's a 3rd or 4th option, right? So that's how you build a good team, man. You have to have everybody play their role. Kenny Golladay knocks everybody down a peg, and I would not stop there. I would still add someone in the draft, maybe not with that 11th pick, No, I probably would go best player available at that. That's the luxury of what the Giants are doing with their roster. People shit on Dave Gettleman. All I see, man, is high-end talent. Andrew Thomas, if he can improve. Now, if you think about what they did in free agency, the keeping of Leo Williams, to me, that was one of the biggest moves of the offseason. He could have very well been gone or franchise tag. You get him on a deal that lessens up cap space to where you could go out and get some other people. I didn't like the loss of Kevin Zeitler. I didn't like the loss of Dalvin Tomlinson. However, they have guys that can step up, an Austin Johnson or somebody like that, and Dexter Lawrence is on the team. And it is what it is on that front. But, man, you got Nate Solder in there. He could play a myriad of positions, right? He can just be some insurance there or depending on how it works out. But Matt Pert, Andrew Thomas, Nick Gates, that's some really good, to me, talented offensive linemen that were of the rookie variety. So imagine that right there, of course, or Will Hernandez. But it allows you with that 11th pick, suppose you come up with a Rashawn Slater. You come up with a Rashawn Slater. Now you're talking about trying to have a high-end offensive line to protect Lieutenant Dan and to be able to establish that run game. High-end talent, Saquon Barkley. Totally forgot about him. Out of sight, out of mind. Kenny Golladay. You can do whatever you want with that 11th pick. It could be another receiver. If Kyle Pitts is slipping down there, you grab a Kyle Pitts and have him with Kenny Golladay. What? Come on, man. You already know what it is right there. So this is an incredible development for the New York Giants, a team that was already on the upswing. And I don't give a fuck what you say about Daniel Jones. The guy can push the ball down the field with the best of them. That is one of the best parts of his game. People don't talk about that because they always want to ridicule this guy just because they didn't like him. People don't like how you look or whatever like that. They'll automatically judge you. Judge what you see on that field. Makes a ton of mistakes as far as not holding on to the ball, has thrown some picks or whatever like that. But, man, look at the talent around him. Look at the lack of protection and everything. Now let's judge this guy moving forward with that stuff being better. Now we can see what he's truly made out of. He showed me a lot in his first season. Took a step back with the rookie with the sophomore slump. Now we get to see what this kid is made of, and I bet he knocks it out, right? Home run. So we shall see. But, man, let's look at some Kenny Golladay right here, man. Daniel Jones is going to have fun throwing to this dude. All right, let's get it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. At the bottom of the screen here, so there's no frills with Kenny Golladay. People are so definitely afraid of this guy running down the field that they're afraid to get hands on man on this guy. You think you're going to play man-free with him and then lose some eye discipline? Look how quickly he gets behind Prince Amukamara. That's too easy. Too easy. Get behind. Don't do your due diligence trying to guard Kenny Golladay with the New York Giants. It's going to be the same thing just like with the Matthew Stafford, the guy who can push the ball down the field because Lieutenant Dan, he can do that. See him right here? No rhythm hezzy or anything, right? He's not sitting in the driveway on his routes. He's getting right the hell up out of there, working it downfield. You can see him right there with the inside approach here to getting on this vertical route. Straight shakes Amukamara, muscle relaxes him, and then vertigo sets in. And look at the social distancing. That's that new social distancing shit that people should be doing, right? 16 feet. Fuck a 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Look at this from this angle right here. He's not even Matthew Stafford. That looks like, is that Blau? Look at that. He's produced with a myriad of quarterbacks with Matthew Stafford being injured over the last couple of seasons or whatever like that. The guy can just get behind defenses, man. I love how this is layered. Originally, it looks like he's in a cut split working from the B side, but then you have Marvin Jones here, motion, and then Danny Amendola as well, motion, where it makes it to where he's a tight slot. So him working from these reduced formations right here, running a deep over route, this is a great route that Daniel Jones throws very well. You get him matched up on the inside on safeties, big guy who could take a pounding, pause. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this guy beyond just sending him vertical. All right, Marvin Jones, motions to the slot. Amendola, motions outside. Sorry, I had Amendola in the wrong spot, but you see him running it right there up on the safety. Right, Giants fans should remember that right there. It's your boy Thomas. Look at the pass behind him as well, too. Not even a good throwing pass, but look at his ability to adjust to the ball in the air no matter the situation. And even exchange situations, like look at that dexterity. The ball is behind him. This is a bad pass. Ball is behind him, and he still reels it in. That's how you help your quarterback out. A guy who's 6'4" with that type of catch radius, what it does is it allows room for error. So you have to be perfect a lot of the times throwing the guys 5'10". You get a guy like Kenny Golladay, even with his size, but with his skill set, being able to adjust to the ball, you're just going to help your quarterback that much more. I want to see 65% or better from Lieutenant Dan this particular season as far as completion percentage. You talk about getting behind cornerbacks in a vertical fashion. Run, I believe, a 4.5 coming out, right? You can't look at 40 times for guys 6'4". Look at that. Look at the separation. Look at the adjustment to the ball, man. I got to see that one more time at full speed, right? He stayed giving cats vertigo. Who's this? Sidney Jones? Your boy Sidney Jones from Washington? Remember what? He was a 4.4 cat. He's getting ran by like it ain't nobody's business. Look at that. Sidney Jones here. Stafford puts it up. Look at the separation already created right here. He would have pushed the ball down the field. Another poor pass here by Matthew Stafford, but he goes and helps out his quarterback. Gets it off the top shelf, Kenny Golladay style, right? These guys are 6'4". They're probably not all the time going to understand how to run the 40-yard dash, right? But when they're running with routes and stuff, you got to think about their top end speed. The further the ball goes down the field, those stride lengths start to turn over right there, then you start to see the difference right here. Now look, Sidney Jones, super afraid. Get hands on man. He don't want no parts of that because he's already going to run by you anyway. But then you try to get hands on man, you're just going to impede your own progress there. So Sidney Jones running in his hip pocket right here, right? We see, what is it? You don't know, right? We see a little hand jostling, right? There's no push off or anything right there. No push off because if you see Sidney Jones never break stride or anything, doesn't move off, this is just somebody running by somebody. Always said that. This guy always reminded me of A.J. Green. Very much an A.J. Green with how he can get downfield and how he can adjust to the pass, his size and everything like that. He was A.J. Green reincarnated. Look it. Come on. Boom. Somebody get that boy some Tylenol, some ibuprofen or something like that. Vertigo. Top of the screen right here, this time running the post, going against Casey Hayward right here. Once again, people try to get hands in a transition instead of getting it right off the snap. That was just too easy. One more time, full speed here. Look at that. Bang 8 on him. Too easy. Now look at this. You know why? Like I said, look, he's in no man's land. Why not be up on this man, try to get hands up on him and try to impede his progress? At the very least, you're not going to impede his progress, so you're going to use that damn jab hand as a range finder and get yourself into position. But he's in no man's land here, working a cold approach, and look at that. He can't even look, he gets the cold shoulder. Kenny Golladay gives him the cold shoulder, so he gets nothing on him. Now he has to try to reach out and touch with 2 hands, right? You don't want to reach out and touch with 2 hands on a dude this big running this bang 8. Look at the separation, just pure physicality on him. Look at this. Great pass right here. Puts it right up on him on this bang 8. And, of course, he's going to always go and attack the ball. Who's attacking the ball like that, man? That ain't A.J. Green. I know A.J. Green somewhere rolling over in his grave thinking about how great he used to be when he was the first Kenny Golladay. Come on, man. This dude is perfect for the New York Giants. Deep curl here, and he pushes this vertically perfect and comes out of his break. You can see why this guy has the ability to be a high-volume catch guy. Look at that. No bog down in the transition. He works back to the ball. Look at it one more time in full speed. Look at him work back to the ball. You want to cut down on distance and travel time for the ball, help your quarterback out that way. That's just having football intelligence there. Look at this. Looks like it's going to be a 9 route. He even sells it by putting his head down, right? That's just the subtleties of route running. Put your head down like you're going to go vertical. Make the cornerback scared as shit. Look at that. Transitions with him. Look at that. That man, skirt. He can't even stop. Once again, this man is COVID-proof. He ain't trying to get no COVID. I mean, he's still going. Damn. Look at that. That's hard. And then he worked back to the ball. Attacks it again. Everything you can think of right there. I love that right there. When I talk about being a high-volume guy, I'm talking about guys who can live in the 7-8 catch range up to double digits in a game. I don't necessarily want Kenny Golladay to be that. I want somebody else to be that. I want him to live in the 5 to 6 catch range but it's 5 to 6 catches for 170 yards, meaning he was super impactful on each play. You had him just striking fear in the defense, sending him vertical, and then you have another guy who can be the hard volume catch guy. Could it be a Darius Slayton? Perhaps. Could it be a Sterling Shepard? Perhaps. Maybe somebody in the draft, though, you could get in the second round, like I don't know, maybe a Seth Williams, or maybe you double up and go get another Kenny Golladay type player in Tamorrion Terry. He can do a lot of the shit Kenny Golladay can do, and he can absolutely fly. Or maybe you get that guy, the Houston Rocket, Jalen Waddle. Imagine if you came up with a dude like that as well. Just a whole bunch of speed, a whole bunch of explosiveness for a wide receiver core there. A lot of shit you can do adding Kenny Golladay because of what it does for your draft. Lieutenant Dan specializes in these sideline cushion fades here. Look at him. Give himself enough room to the sideline. Matthew Stafford delivers that perfectly. Look at here. Off his back foot. Great pass to the outside shoulder. Just abusing people downfield, man. Come on. I don't even need to do anymore. I had some more planned, but you get the gist of it. Kenny Golladay is a damn animal, and now he's a New York Giant, and he fits exactly what they want to do with the ball. There's no way they don't want to go vertical more often, because that's what Daniel Jones excels at. Putting pressure on you with his athleticism. How many times we got to see this man pulling away from people on these read option plays, right? Running the zone read, just leaving linebackers and DBs in the dust. Then you push them vertically. I didn't even mention, did I mention Saquon Barkley? Right? Saquon Barkley, they signed the Booker kid, right? They signed him from the Raiders. Evan Ingram, right? So this is the point of contention with me or whatever like that. I want a bigger target on the inside for that man, someone like a Kyle Pitts, or if they had to go and get a Pat Freiermuth or something like that. Kyle Rudolph is a pretty good step in the right direction, but he's on the decline in his career. He could offer you some great shit on the line of scrimmage blocking, in the red zone, of course, like that. But is he the Kyle Rudolph of old? But no, I would like for them to have guys. Maybe it's a Caden Smith. Right? He can show you a little bit of something, whatever like that. But another high-end talent next to an Evan Ingram. But if it's me, I would somehow get Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts with Kenny Golladay and Darius Slayton and Sterling Shepard. Anybody trotting out? There's probably some people trotting out something as good as that, but anything just flat out better? Potential? You know what I mean? Oh, man, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Got to get that offensive line under control for sure. That defense I feel very confident in, and they're still looking to add pieces there, right? Odenigbo they added already. Like I said before, I didn't like the Tomlinson loss, but it is what it is on that front there. But, hey, Reggie Ragland, right? Reggie Ragland over there in place of David Mayo. Adoree Jackson, looking at Adoree Jackson. They'll add some guys on defense in the draft. So, I don't know, man. If you're a New York Giants fan, you have to be happy about this. This does a lot of stuff, and it opens up even more. Great signing for the New York Giants, all right? But your boy Murph, the Underground King here. Make sure you like this. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Tell everyone else to subscribe. Tell everybody else to holler at your boy. Make sure you support quality content, man. Whatever you have, man, it's all gravy with your boy. Everybody always asks me how they can send me stuff and support the channel. Hey, right here on the thing, man, just do your thing right there. It's all good, man. It is what it is. I appreciate the love. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.